I'm not really one for social media. I'm not one for posting things online. I was once told you shouldn't put anything on the World Wide Web as you can never truly delete it. I guess I'm not worried about deleting this post, as I'm hoping one day the girl that I love will hear it and it will rekindle her love for me. I want people to hear this message because I've made a lot of mistakes which have upset the person that I love more than anything. And I'm hoping by hearing this message, it will stop them from making the same mistakes that I did. So here goes. To the love of my life, I'm really sorry that I was a crap boyfriend. I'm always late for everything, late to tell you things, late to show you things. But I do want to change, and I'm going to. Saying that, I already know it's too late. I know you've told me you can't get past what's happened, and that our paths are now different. I respect what you say, and therefore I won't contact you again. But I just couldn't deny my heart one last chance to say what it feels. So I guess what it does want to say is that I love you with all my heart. I've not recently been very well, as you know, because not having you has been really difficult. I guess I didn't want to let go of you. But I know that for a relationship to work, both parties have to have the desire to be in that relationship, and you don't feel that anymore. When I received your message that told me that your feelings were or are not as they once were, my heart sank to an all-time low and tears started rolling down my face. I remember at that moment I was sat up right in bed. My conscience was questioning why I, of all people, someone who hardly ever cries and sees it as a sign of weakness, had tears in my eyes. I remember the floodgates opening and my heart aching, and I knew straight away there was a way of my heart telling me that it felt like I'd lost you forever. I told myself at the time that I should feel anger and rage, but instead, what I could feel for you was love and admiration. I feel calm, a sense of relief that at least you had been honest with me at that moment. The one thing that I'd always asked you for was to be there, and that is what delivered the message that I was most scared of, that you no longer want to be with me. I guess the saying, be scared of what you wish for, has a lot of merit to it after all. Once you've heard this message, I don't want you to be sad for me. I want you to smile for me instead, as that's the way I want to remember you, and that's the way I want you to remain, full of life and full of surprises. Just for your information, if you do feel sad for me, then just know I have still got what I ultimately wished for, which was to be there for you, to help you grow as a person, to see you become someone who's independent, confident, and self-sufficient. I feel I am leaving you in a much better place than I found you, and I'm happy that our paths crossed in life. I'm truly grateful to Allah for that. I want to tell you about me as a person and how you changed me. As a young man growing up, I never ever truly believed in love. The subject of love is so freaking confusing that even the most inquisitive of us still struggles to grasp the concept of what it all really means. I remember one day a girl at university, who was a good friend of mine who had a secret crush on me, asked me what I thought love was, and I put it very simply: it's not real, it doesn't exist. I went on to say that what people felt was lust and not love, and that people called a relationship was actually a partnership. Thinking about things, it was a real pessimist way of looking at it. I believed if a boy had something a girl wanted or desired, and the girl had something a boy wanted or desired, then they would go out with each other and say that they were in love. Unbeknown to both, the moment the boy or the girl wanted or desired something different, then he or she would eventually go on to say that no, they no longer loved each other and that they had grown apart. I guess what I am trying to say is I didn't really believe in true love, the kind of love that remains with you till your very last breath. When my friend asked me to explain further, I told her that what a lot of people called love could not be real, and that what I was witnessing between people in in what they called love was partnership, like I said. I told her if you truly love someone, then it'd have to be like how you love your family, and that I had never witnessed that in my lifetime. I went on to say that I knew families that had been separated by the pain they had caused one another, but the moment they saw one of the family members struggle, they went running back to help, and everything bad that had happened between them was short-lived, forgotten, and forgiven instantly in that moment. In my opinion, this happens because they truly love one another so much that they realize that at that given point, they were being fools to have let a fallout or the hurt to have separated them. You once said something which stuck with me through the years. It was something you said after you had your trust broken, and when this individual apologized to you for their wrongdoing, you said, I can forgive, but I can't forget. I felt you were spot on with what you said that day. The way I deciphered the message was even if you forgive, you cannot move on beyond that hurt, and so therefore the relationship would inevitably come to a natural end. For long periods of our relationship, I felt this to be the case after all the hurt I felt, but I was wrong. I'm being honest with you when I tell you that I don't feel any less love for you than I do for my family. I realize I have been a fool to have held on to the hurt for as long as I did, and in doing so, I know I hurt the girl I truly love. I want you to know I've forgiven you and forgotten what happened in the past because I realize that it doesn't even matter. What matters to me is for you to be happy. I don't want you to be sad or for you to suffer. I now know, even if it is a little too late, that the love I described to my friend when I was a young man growing up does exist. The type of love that never truly goes away. Yes, at times we get hurt and we question, do we still feel love the way we once did? But the honest truth is, if you truly love someone, then it doesn't matter what they do or say to hurt you. You still continue to love them as your heart doesn't know how not to. My heart wants you to know I will always continue to love you till my very last breath. Some people say if you truly love someone, you will spend the rest of your life with them, but I don't agree with that. Just because you cannot be together doesn't mean to say you don't love one another. Sometimes when you love someone so much, you let them go so they can achieve even greater things. We see this with parents and their children. Parents let go of their children all the time to see them grow as individuals. Doesn't mean to say they don't love them. For a long time, I felt incapable of showing you love, and therefore I felt I was holding you back. I therefore considered letting you go to allow you to realize your dreams about getting married, having a loving family, and having children. I guess my actions, or inactions, should I say, made you feel like you were on your own, and for that I am so, so sorry. Men are strange creatures of habit, and we act all hard, I included, but deep down we are more weak than women. We struggle to express our feelings and we are terrible communicators. We don't always tell you what you mean to us, but we know what we feel is true, and I believe recently this has been the case with me. I've been a coward, and I felt incapable of telling you that you are my world, and that my world is the most beautiful place to be, the place I cherish the most, and the place that is my heaven on earth. My mother once said to me, "You need to be a good Muslim boy, as heaven is beautiful, and to get there, you have to be a good human being." I explained to my mother that day that, as much as she was right in what she was saying about heaven, what she was failing to contemplate is Allah has created beautiful things on earth for us humans. My mother isn't a very inquisitive lady, and she didn't ask me what I meant. What my mother didn't know is I was talking about a specific person, and that person is you. Whenever I did something with you by my side, it felt extra special, extra beautiful, and it felt heavenly. I remember once telling you that everyone got it wrong when they wrote that there was only 7 natural wonders of this world. I felt it should be 8, and that you were one of them. As a child, I feared death more than anything. This meant that as a stupid child, I believed that I would be the last to die on being the youngest in my family. I know it's silly, but I used to worry so much about what would I do on this earth on my own once all my family members had died. When I fell in love with you, I felt reassured that I didn't have to worry anymore, as I would have you in my life forever. I know the mistakes I have made in life, and I hope that you truly love me enough to find it in yourself to forgive me for acting like a petulant child over the last year or so. I was so hurt and consumed by the pain I felt that it blinded me to what is the most important thing for me, which is you and your happiness. I can assure you I didn't do anything stupid other than neglect you and create a distance between us. I used to hear stuff about other people breaking up, and then hear stories about the boy or the girl saying that they feel like their life was over. Thoughts I'd go through my head upon hearing this sort of stuff was stop being a drama queen. I'm sorry to all those people for thinking like that. One cannot truly understand the pain someone feels until they have felt the pain themselves. And I guess I now understand, because I too feel that pain. At the moment, I feel like the ground beneath me has disappeared, and I am treading water in the sea. There is no land in sight, and as much as people may say swim for shore, you will be okay. It's hard to believe that you can swim so far, and the question is in which direction. I understand why people self-harm now, as they feel they are not worth it. They feel lost and incapable of continuing to fight for their life. As much as I feel like that, I am a fighter, and I won't be giving up, as I can't, and you already know why. There is a more important person in this world than me who needs me. I love you with all my heart, and I always will. Remember, you are my world, and that my world is the most beautiful place to be, the place I cherish the most, and the place that is my heaven on earth.